Welcome, and thank you for joining me for another Random Gaming News, where today we're going to take a look at some Twitch news, Respawn messing with data miners, a 2-year-old mystery getting solved in Destiny, and more. Please be sure to check out those links in the description for all that sweet social media stuff. Share this video to help out the channel, hit the like button if you did enjoy today's video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on that bell icon, and let's go ahead and start the show. First up here, we just have a couple of quick stories about Twitch. So the first one's that Pokimane actually made kind of an anti-announcement that stating that she wasn't leaving Twitch and she's staying just where she is. One of the notable reasons that she stated in her video over on YouTube is mainly that, she has a community build up here and she's one of the top dogs in that community and doesn't want to really start over with that. So that's something I can see is working in a benefit for Twitch because they seem to still have a lot of sway when bringing people and followers into that platform. So we'll just have to wait and see what kind of happens from this. The next story is going to be about Kylo Ren, who accidentally discharged his weapon while during a live stream. Now, he was actually trying to clear the bullet from the chamber and then accidentally went off, damaging some of his equipment. Nobody was harmed in the making of this video, and he was able to kind of get away, with that unscathed or anything, which was pretty good, considering that he discharged a weapon accidentally into his home. But Twitch didn't like this, so they actually banned him from their platform for doing that kind of thing on his live stream, which upset a lot of people. So we'll have to wait and see what actually happens if he does get reinstated or not. But I would like to see him come back because I really don't feel like that was something that should be banned for life, maybe a week or two. But it is something that, it's kind of iffy. He did it accidentally, but he was still discharging a weapon. I'd like to hear from you guys down in the comments below on that matter. Now let's talk about what happened to Forge over at Apex Legends, how he's not going to be coming up in the game anytime soon or maybe ever. So it would seem that Forge was actually just a huge misdirect for people not to find out about the true character Revenant coming to the game. And what happened there is that a lot of data miners actually found a lot of info and some lore and some models for Forge that was in a lot of the patches, and it led them to believe that he was going to be the next character showing up in the Apex Legends season passes and that kind of stuff. Well, they even led people on even further. By mid-January, they did show us an actual video where they had Forge being interviewed about joining the Apex Legend games, but then was killed by Revenant right at the end of the animation, and it would seem that he was actually murdered for real, and Revenant is the real character that was coming in there. And Jason McCoy actually had this to say on the matter. Honestly, it started as a fun way to misdirect data miners who, at the time, felt like they had solved our next great legend and ruined our surprise. We actually purposefully leaked faked concept art in details of Forge's kit in a patches. So there would be breadcrumb trails by the time we announced them. It was pretty insane, really. I can't think of any other games that has gone through such hijinks. And I really do get why they had to go through something like this, because it is one of those things that you're coming out with a product, you don't really want people to know about it before you're ready to release it, and data miners are out there finding everything they can and releasing it on the internet as, willy-nilly whenever you don't want it released yet. So they used their own way of getting around that kind of problem by creating a fake character and revealing it to everybody, so that way they would, think that this is going to be the next guy, and while they worked on the other person that they were going to be added to the game. Now, a lot of people still speculated that we're still going to get Forge at some point in the game, but honestly, the creator of the game said that he's dead and gone, something that we should really forget about. And I intend to believe him, because if he's willing to go through these measures to keep data miners from finding out secrets of their game, then it's just no telling what else is going to happen here. So I'd love to see what next they're going to be doing with this kind of franchise, because if they're willing to do, like he said, these kind of hijinks, and no other games are willing to do something like this, there's bound to be a lot of fun things that can stick out and do in this kind of way. Now let's talk about this 2-year-old mystery coming out of Destiny. So Destiny had a Rasputin ARG where you could get real world items for figuring out something that was in the game, and a lot of people were able to do this by brute force, so they didn't really go through the puzzles to solve it the correct way to get those items. They just kind of solved it, wouldn't grab the items, and let it be. And a lot of people would have lost interest at this point because the actual prize has already been gotten, so there isn't really any reason to figure out the puzzles in and of themselves. But these two Guardians names on the screen weren't very content with letting sleeping dogs lay. So they did actually, continue working on the puzzle, and one of them actually found out that the sleeper simulant Radical matched up with some of the diamond puzzle pieces that were inside of Rasputin's chamber. So they matched those up and were able to actually come up with the ciphers and figured out that the puzzle led to Mechanize. So they were actually able to solve the puzzle, which I find pretty interesting because I do enjoy playing Destiny, or at least I did up until, here recently. It's just kind of fallen off for me, but it is one of those games that I come back to from time to time. I put a lot of time and effort into making my Guardians what they are, and I do like to, see it through a little bit there. There's a new season, Season of the Worthy, that seems like it might bring me back for just at least a couple of weeks, but either or, Destiny is one of those games that, they do have a lot of rich backstory that a lot of people don't really realize to it because they don't really lay their lore right out on Main Street, so it's something you kind of have to dig for just a little bit, but it's right there underneath the surface if you're willing to read a few things or go to certain places and listen to certain dialogue play out. And if you are interested in that kind of thing, I would strongly suggest go and check out My Name is Bife. He does great videos on actual lore of video games, mainly on Destiny, but he has branched out to I think it's like Monster Hunter World. He's done a few things on that, and I find them pretty enjoyable. But I just wanted to touch on this just a kind of tiny bit because I found that why would anybody want to solve this mystery? Well, these two guys proved everybody wrong, that they just wanted to do it just to do it, and kudos goes out to them. So before we go, I just wanted to touch on a couple quick news stories here. So first up, we have the PS2 last week on March 4th turned 20. So I just wanted to say happy birthday to you, PS2. I know there's a lot of people that, just up until last year were still getting them serviced and still playing them. And I just wanted to, give you my favorite games that I played on those consoles. So, the GTA 3 and Vice City, both of those games, really made me fall in love with what can actually be achieved in open world games and doing things not necessarily in a story format. Let me know what your guys' favorite games are down in the comments for the PS2 era. Lastly, and I just wanted to touch on this really quickly, that Black Mesa was actually released last week as well. It launched over on Steam, and this is just a fan-made project to bring up or add some more, a story to the actual Half-Life universe. So go and check that out if you guys are interested in Half-Life. It's only $20 over on Steam. And well, that's our video for today. If you guys did like anything in this video, please hit that like button. Let me know that you did. Leave some thoughts down in the comments below. I'd love to know what your favorite PS2 game is, or your thoughts over that Pokimane's not leaving Twitch. Go ahead and let me know what those are down in the comments below. Make sure you are checking out the links in the description for all that sweet social media stuff. I made a new Facebook page for the channel I think you guys might like. Also, please share this video so that way you can help out the channel. I do greatly appreciate it, anybody that would share this video, and subscribe if you haven't already with that bell icon turned on so you can be notified of when I make my next video. And as always, I have been Tasty, this has been Random Gaming News, and have a wonderful fucking gaming night.